Stuck in the state of me trying to survive. I was ready to rise and ready to thrive and cut off the poisonous ties. Ain't no heart in the game, but even the courage we live in the wizard of eyes. Get the money and change, we ruin the vibes and sucking and jiving. In a turbulent time, and we need a spiritual teaching to keep us alive. No more selling us lies or selling beside me while the enemy hide. Yeah, I'm feeling a change in order. Treading dangerous waters. The demise of falsely idols. Get exposed through code and morals. Ooh. I get the remedy, God is the centerpiece. Pray for my enemies, pray for my enemies. I get the tendency, you kinda finicky, huh? Dot on his head, dot on his nose. Follow the lamb, don't follow the goat. Pray for the homie, he died from. I've been dealing, feeling, shedding skin till I make my way up. I'm mocking, stepping, repping, flow electric. Time for the wake up. Got rid of them leeches, weakness, ain't no breaching. God up beside us, still ride with a cook in the fleece. I'ma up my piece if you trying to divide us. Still count my blessings, lessons, by confessions, go to the higher. These ain't come from the cause, we different in breed, could never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes, I see through the lies they pop. Piper, warfare with spiritual force, just fighting the demons, really for lifers.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on their in-state rivals to the south, the Miami Dolphins. Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Mayfield now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's Mayfield. There's Evans again, complete. And he's brought down. Right back to him for 10 more to 1st.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Baker going to give it to Irving. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Mayfield off the play fake. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. This is caught by Evans. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Buccaneers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends. And he's got it. Touchdown. Cade Otton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Breaks through the contact. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards. First down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. The Dolphins at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
180.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. And going deep for Hill. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And that is every quarterback's worst nightmare. You had the perfect play call. The seams parted perfectly. You had your guy wide open. He could have run for days, but he overshoots him. And that's one he'll think about for the next month.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the 1st quarter. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Dragon 60. Ready. Hawk 7. Hawk.
Back to throw again. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Okay, great.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. The rookie from Texas looking sharp on that throw. He gets his guys a 1st down.
18 Cardinals.
They'll look to throw again. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Cowboy 8.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Come on. Set, hut, go. 19, 18.
They're going to look to throw. And this one drops in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's fourth down.
On for the field goal, a 40-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Kenneth Grant in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Mayfield looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Irvin. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Mayfield keeps it himself. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, and it pays off. They convert.
The more and more that we broadcast games, the more I realize how much this game is about the eyes. And in this case, they got fooled because the defense was checking out the eyes in the back, thinking he was getting the ball. Should be looking at the QB, shouldn't they?
A little bit of a surprise indeed, and he was able to get forward for that 1 yard. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Mayfield. To the right side, catch made by Ibuka. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Mayfield to throw it. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of...
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Tyrell Dotson coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Mayfield. Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throw it. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll run. This is Irving. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We're backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
4-yard line.
180. Start.
Irving is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Miami defense trying to keep them out. They haven't let them in yet. Can they hold again here on third and goal? They'll run with Irving. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Chase McLaughlin for the Buccaneers field goal.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Dolphins first down.
He'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They set a load a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
19, Buffalo 18. 60
Back to throw here. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Now he'll tuck this and run. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
This ain't what you want. Project, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll drop the throw. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he is caught. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now H.N. on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's H.N. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 33. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Once again, it's Irving. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Good. 180. What's up?
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
180. What's that?
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
180. What's that?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A short one here, secured by the tight end, Waller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
35-yard line.
19 Lions. Cowboy 80.
They'll set up a throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Buffalo 18, Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and 2nd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counted on to be.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are even at 10 apiece.
Jason Sanders to kick off for
All
Miami.
level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes players might think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mayfield down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otten with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I'm like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Here we go. 60 Eagles.
He'll drop to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 82 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Second and 5 at the Bucs 39-yard line.
Back to the ground, Achane. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down.
But sometimes, Brand, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
At the 19-yard line.
Up the middle, Achane. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Achane is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Second down, goal to go.
Here we go, shot.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins! Malik Washington, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second, there is a flag. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. Mayfield. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Matt Judon in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
And this one is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Mayfield. That's complete to Otten.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here comes 2nd down and 5. Here's Baker. Looking middle, and he's got Ibuka. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. Here's 2nd down. Mayfield to throw. Wide open receiver complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
7 yards. It's 2nd down.
Here's Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. And he clocks it with just over 30 seconds left. Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
At the 11-yard line.
Mayfield to throw. And a catch right side by Evans.
Mayfield's pass. To number 15, Evans. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So for Miami, they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
When I step up in the place, say yo, I step correct. Got you all in check. I got that eggnog that make you your neck. I got you all in check. And you know we come through to wreck the discotheque. I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air, don't ever disrespect. I got you all in check. Bust the rhymes up in the place. True indeed. Yes, I get record, that's word on my seed. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. One blood, everybody like Junior Reed. Wake up every morning, yo, I must succeed. Nationwide rockers make the world stampede. Yo, Willie, make we roll some mad charge. Now I must proceed. Yo, we about to make